The most peaceful countries in Africa have well for themselves. They have earned the trust and respect of the international community. The direct result is that they are often the first to be considered when it comes to tourism and direct infrastructure investments. The continent has never really been noted for peace, but these are the few countries who have managed to escape the stereotype, at least to an extent. Number 10. Rwanda. Rwanda is a country in East Africa. Some of its neighbors include Uganda, Tanzania, Burundi, and the Democratic Republic of Congo. Rwanda has a land area of 26,000 kilometers and a population of 30 million people. Rwanda has had a volatile history, social uprising, assassinations, coups, and a long and bloody war. The Rwandan genocide is a particularly dark chapter in human history, one that will never be forgotten. Those dark times have actually made Rwanda one of the most peaceful countries in Africa, one whose citizens have the need for peace etched into their collective consciousness. Number 9. Senegal. Senegal is a country in West Africa. Some of its neighbors include Mauritania, Mali, Guinea, Guinea-Bissau, and Gambia, which it almost completely surrounds. Senegal has a population of 17 million people living in an area of 19,000 km squared, even though Senegal is located in somewhat fertile belt in Western Africa. The country is relatively peaceful. There are political tensions in the country, but no indication of spilling over into full-blown violence. The country has a good rapport with its neighbors, and visitors come in large numbers to enjoy the tourist attractions. Number 8. Namibia. Namibia is a southern African country. Its neighbors include Zambia, Angola, Botswana, South Africa, and Zimbabwe. Namibia has a particular affinity with South Africa. The two countries share a cultural and political history which bonds them in economics. Namibia has a population of 2.5 million people living in a land area of about 82,000 square meters. However, this is the driest country in southern Africa. Most of it falls into the Namib Desert. Namibia is a peaceful and progressive country. It is a place that tourists from all over the world love to visit in order to get a taste of the unique ecosystem that it has to offer. Number 7. Malawi. Malawi may be a poor country, but it is a peaceful country, and with peace comes prosperity. Malawi is located in southern Eastern Africa. Its neighbors include Zambia, Tanzania, Mozambique. Malawi has a population of 19 million, living in a land area of 118 kilometers. Malawi's neighbors are largely peaceful. The country is not very worried about any form of trouble coming from the countries that surround it. Malawi's citizens are too busy working on their farms. They do not have time for trouble. As a result, the country has very little political or social tension. Malawians are also very good at craft making, and as a result, there are many interesting souvenirs for visitors to pick up at the market. Number 6. Equatorial Guinea. Equatorial Guinea is a country in the west coast of Central Africa. The country's neighbors include Gabon, Cameroon, and Sao Tome and Principe. Equatorial Guinea has a population of 1.4 million people and a land area of 28,000 kilometers squared. Equatorial Guinea's neighbors are largely peaceful, and although Cameroon has its internal problems, those problems have not been allowed to cross the border into Equatorial Guinea. The people are happy and friendly, and even though the socio-political system is not perfect, the country is quite safe and secure. Tourists come into Equatorial Guinea without any fear because they have no cause to be alarmed. The country is well organized, and the civil and military structures ensure safety. Number 5. Zambia. Zambia is a country in southern Africa. It is landlocked. Democratic Republic of Congo, Tanzania, Malawi, Mozambique, Zimbabwe, Botswana, Namibia, and Angola are its neighbors. Zambia has a land area of 75,000 kilometers squared and a population of about 20 million people. Zambians are peace-loving people. Thankfully, they have nothing to worry about because their neighbors are largely peaceful and progressive countries as well. Zambia is already one of Africa's major hubs for tourism, and that would have never been possible if the country was not a peaceful and accommodating land. Number 4. Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone is a country in West Africa. It is on the coast of West Africa and measures 71,000 kilometers squared. Sierra Leone has a population of around 7 million people and a land that includes savanna and plenty of rainforests. Sierra Leone has suffered a great deal in the past. It has seen 2 military coups and a bloody civil war which only ended after the intervention of international powers. Sierra Leone has every reason to be peaceful, having seen firsthand the horrors of war. The people are keen to pursue peace. They are respectful towards each other and friendly towards visitors. This is a very interesting country to visit, and there are many historical monuments as well as animals reserves to visit. Number 3. Botswana. Botswana is a country in southern Africa. It has a population of 2.3 million people and a land area of 58,000 kilometers squared. This is one of the most sparsely populated countries in the world, although around 70% of the land is a desert. Botswana is a very peaceful country. As a result, it has a very good tourism sector. Botswana is quite a wealthy country. It has a higher GDP per capita by African standards. The country is a member of the African Union, the Commonwealth, Southern African Customs Union, and the United Nations. Botswana, very little militarization. This is helped by the fact that most of its neighboring countries are peaceful and progressive countries. Number 2. The Gambia. The Gambia is a small West African country. It is surrounded by Senegal except for the western tip, which means the Atlantic Ocean. The Gambia has a population of 1.8 million people living in a land area of 10,000 kilometers. Like many other countries in Africa, the Gambia has suffered from the scourge of having bad leaders. The country has seen a president rule from independence in 1965 until being deposed in a bloodless coup in 1994. Another leader lost an election but refused to leave office until a military intervention by ECOWAS forced him to leave. Despite all of this, the country remains very peaceful and friendly. Politics is liberal and the people are welcoming to visitors. Number 1. Ghana. Ghana is a country on the western coast of Africa. It has a population of around 32 million people and a land area of 238 kilometers squared. Ghana has a long history of peaceful interaction with foreign merchants, especially Arabs, Dutch, and Portuguese. The country has been very quiet and peaceful in its modern history. Since 1993, it has maintained one of the freest and most stable governments without any hitches in transition from government to government. The most peaceful country in Africa usually get the most tourists. Having seen the horrors of war, many African countries now have every reason to embrace peace and to settle whatever disputes they have in a peaceful and civilized manner. Thanks for watching. Please make sure to subscribe, like and comment. As always, ciao ciao.